Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's severe weather update. So, looking at our storm risk this evening from the Storm Prediction Center, a slight risk of severe weather remains in place from west central Texas through northwest Texas, most of Oklahoma, and has expanded northward into southeastern Kansas and southwestern Missouri in the yellow this evening. And we have a marginal risk extending from southwest Texas through northeast Texas, western Arkansas, southwestern Missouri, and southeastern Kansas as well in the dark green. And looking at our tornado threat for this evening, we have a bimodal 5% chance of tornadoes touching down within 25 miles of a location now this evening, one between Abilene, Waco, and the Northern Hill Country of Texas, and the other in southeastern Kansas, just southeast of Wichita. So make sure you're on guard for a few scattered tornadoes if you live in these brown areas especially. And then we have a 2% chance of tornadoes touching down within 25 miles of a location in the green area, extending from areas like Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Abilene, just west of Wichita Falls, through Fort Sill, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, just east of Woodward, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas, and just to the north of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So make sure you're on guard for a couple of isolated tornadoes if you live in this green shaded area this evening and overnight. Looking at our damaging wind threat, we have a 15% chance of damaging straight line winds of 58 miles per hour stronger within 25 miles of a location from west central Texas through southeastern Kansas, central Oklahoma, and southwestern Missouri this evening, with a 5% wind risk in the brown surrounding that. And then taking a look at our large hail threat, this is going to be probably the most significant threat this evening, where we have a hatched area for hail across West Texas, Northwest Texas, Western Oklahoma, and a second hatched area just to the southeast of Wichita, Kansas. If you live in these hatched areas, I will be parking my cars in the garage this evening, as we could be seeing hailstones of golf ball to tennis ball to baseball size in these hatched areas this evening, and this includes Abilene, Texas. We have a 15% chance of quarter size hail or larger than 25 miles of a location in the yellow area, and a 5% chance in the brown area this evening for large hail. Unfortunately, looking at tomorrow's severe weather threat, a very large slight risk from East Texas through Alabama, the Ark-La-Tex and Ark-La-Miss, and then a marginal risk in the dark green covering a huge area across the South and Tennessee Valley. Looking at tomorrow's tornado threat, we have a 5% chance of tornadoes touching down within 25 miles of a location across the Ark-La-Tex, Ark-La-Miss into Alabama and western Florida, and a large 2% chance of tornadoes surrounding that in the green area. So if you live in areas like Lufkin, Shreveport, Greenville, Jackson, Mobile, Alexandria, make sure you're paying attention to the weather tomorrow, as we could be seeing several scattered tornadoes, especially in this brown area tomorrow, and I would not be surprised if the Storm Prediction Center includes a small 10% tornado risk area tomorrow, especially in the Louisiana, Mississippi area. And taking a look at the damaging wind threat tomorrow, we have a 15% chance of damaging straight line winds of 58 miles per hour stronger within 25 miles of a location across the Ark-La-Tex, Ark-La-Miss into Alabama and western Florida, with a 5% damaging wind risk in the brown area tomorrow. And once again, could be seeing very large hail tomorrow, especially across the Ark-La-Tex area, where we could be seeing once again hail up to golf ball, tennis ball, baseball size tomorrow, including Shreveport, Louisiana. So make sure you're parking your cars in the garage if you live across the Ark-La-Tex area tomorrow. 15% chance of quarter size hail or larger within 25 miles of a location surrounding the hatched area in the yellow, including Waco, Dallas, Lufkin, Alexandria, Greenville, and Little Rock. 5% hail risk in the brown surrounding that for tomorrow. And unfortunately, looking at Saturday, a slight risk of severe weather has been expanded northeastward to include most of the Carolinas, Georgia, northern Florida, southeastern Alabama in the yellow, with a marginal risk from southeast Mississippi and Alabama through North Carolina and Virginia for Saturday. And looking at our probabilities of severe weather within 25 miles of a location for Saturday. We have a 15% chance in the slight risk and a 5% chance in the marginal risk for Saturday. Now, taking a look at the current radar, we already have severe thunderstorms developing across northwestern Texas this evening. We have a lot of discrete supercells near Stephenville in the northern Texas Hill Country, a large hail-producing storm between Vernon, Texas, and Altus, Oklahoma. And these storms are going to continue to intensify as the evening progresses. Taking a look at our severe thunderstorm alerts. A severe thunderstorm watch has been issued across West Texas from San Angelo through Abilene up through Wichita Falls, through western Oklahoma, through Lawton, Oklahoma City, through Enid, into Wichita, Kansas. And then we have several severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing. We got one between Coleman, Texas and Brownwood, Texas until 5:45 p.m. Central Standard Time for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. And then we have a severe thunderstorm warning near Winters and Bellinger, Texas until 6:15 p.m. Central Standard Time for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. And then we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Grafford, Texas for quarter-size hail until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And looking at our final severe thunderstorm warning for El Dorado and Altus, Oklahoma, this severe thunderstorm warning is for golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So if you live in Altus, Oklahoma, and then later down the line up towards Magnum, make sure you're parking your cars in the garage as you have a big hailstorm headed your way. And finally, timing out the storms through the rest of the evening, supercells will continue to move to the northeast over the next 3 to 4 hours across northern Texas and western central Oklahoma, producing large hail and some tornadoes. And then as we go into about 10 and 11 p.m. this evening, these storms will consolidate into several lines where we'll start to see a damaging wind threat across areas like Oklahoma City and possibly Dallas-Fort Worth and the northern Texas Hill Country. And then through the overnight, storms will move to the east across the Ark-La-Tex, and then a second round of storms is going to develop across northwest Texas and west central Texas by about 2-3 a.m. tonight Central Time. And then this storm cluster will push to the east through the overnight, producing mainly damaging winds and large hail from the Texas Hill Country through North Texas. And then going to 6-7 a.m., the storms will be pushing across the DFW area down through Waco near Austin, and then we could be seeing severe storms north of Austin by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then going through tomorrow morning, the storms will push east into Louisiana and Mississippi, where we're going to have to monitor that tornado threat very closely. So thanks for watching this evening's severe weather update. This is going to be a multi-day severe weather outbreak, so make sure you're preparing for scattered tornadoes, damaging winds, and especially large hail if you live across the South over the next 3 days. Please stay safe and have a wonderful evening, my friends.